Time for another weekly AI video roundup. This week I have watched 15 videos, and that is almost 6 hours of AI news and content and updates that I've been going through. So for those of you that are new here, I am going through an AI weekly roundup of news and updates and strategies that I've consumed through content and YouTube podcasts and articles. I do this to help my team stay on top of everything, and I do this for myself because I love to learn and I'm trying to stay on top of every single thing that's happening in the world of AI. So then I share this with the team, and because I'm sharing it with the team, I might as well share it with you. This script has been AI generated. It ran through an automation this morning on its own without me having to do anything. So let's go, first time reading this. Hey everyone, this past week has been packed with groundbreaking AI and tech insights. From reinforcement learning, revolutions in quantum leaps forward to autonomous Teslas and practical advances with coding agents. Here's everything I watched, learned, and found sharing with you. I do this while I have my morning coffee, by the way. Reinforcement learning's major shift, teaching the teachers. A fascinating trend emerged this week with Sakana AI introducing a revolutionary new reinforcement learning approach called Reinforcement Learned Teacher, or RLT. Just another acronym is all we need in the world of AI. There's enough acronyms. I think they put the US government to shame with all the different bureaus they have. So what's new here? Traditional reinforcement learning methods rewards actions directly, like teaching an AI agent to play Doom. But this new RLT method trains a teacher AI to give clear, optimized explanations to a simpler student model, cutting training time down from months to a single day, yielding better results than some huge models like Gemini 2.5 Pro. Imagine what this means for future AI training. Drastically reduced costs and higher quality models accessibly broadly. I remember listening to this. The thing I don't understand is if you've trained the teacher to be so good that it can teach other models, why don't you just train a better teacher? Like, how does this actually help when this model trains other models? I guess this may be useful in the world of like OpenAI if you're doing O3 Mini High, like get the O3 to teach the other ones and do things, but I don't understand the exact benefits. I'm not sure if it's lost on me on this one. So if you understand, let me know below. Behind Microsoft's AI and quantum ambitions with Satya Nadella. So this was a video from Satya Nadella talking to, I think it was a Y Combinator interview. Speaking of big pictures, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella sat down this week and went deep into Microsoft's AI and quantum visions. Nadella explained how generative AI models have become foundational, similar to how SQL powers apps today. Perhaps most intriguing was their quantum leap, major breakthroughs in quantum computing stability with something called a Majorana particle, aiming to supercharge both quantum computers and advanced AI capabilities. One of my favorite moments, Nadella emphasized energy responsibility, highlighting tech advancements must generate social and economic surplus to justify their rising energy needs. So that was important. So the amount of energy we're going to need to consume to power these LLMs and run all this AI, if there's no benefit to the social benefit for everyone, what's the point? Like, why would we then allow all this extra usage and consumption if there's no benefit? So always having that in mind. It's not just a profit for a business, there has to be a social benefit and a benefit to all humankind. The dawn of autonomous deliveries and brain-controlled gaming. Elon Musk continues to push the envelope. We saw Tesla pulling off its first fully autonomous vehicle delivery network, driving itself straight from the factory to the customer. Meanwhile, Neuralink took things straight out of science fiction, demonstrating a patient-controlling Call of Duty using brain signals. Musk also announced Grok 4, skipping past 3.5, to deliver a specialized coding model post July 4th. So that's going to be next week. We'll get that at the end of the week. So the numbers I'm not understanding, but someone in one of the videos said that the general consensus for the numbers is every 0.5 they increase is a 10x in the amount of compute power. So from Grok 3 to 4, that's going to be 100x in the times of compute power is 10 by 10. It's logarithmic. So I can only imagine what that's going to look like and what it does. And he said they're also trying to do one last special pass at a specialized coding model of Grok 4. So everyone is now going to have a coding CLI tool and have the best coding tool. I'm finding it very hard to try and differentiate between the different coding tools. Over the weekend, I was testing 2.5 Pro. I've been testing Claude 4, 4.1. I've tried O3 a little bit. I've got to get back onto that. So I'm just trying to get a good consensus on what codes good and understands well as we're doing things. The agent revolution, better memory prompting techniques and containerization. Now, this was a couple different talks from some World Fair on AI and AI engineers, a couple different things here. Some I may remember better than others. I noticed this week a strong emphasis on improving AI agents across multiple sources. First, Richmond Alake from MongoDB delved deep into agent memory management, aligning it closely with human cognition. Using semantic, procedural, and episodic memory, MongoDB is uniquely positioned here, simplifying agent memory storage and advanced retrieval. So MongoDB is trying to position themselves as the database, the vector store, and the overall general database and memory for anything to do with AI. On the practical side, Y Combinator experts revealed innovative prompting strategies, especially metaprompting, or using prompts to optimize other prompts in a self-improving loop, which is what people do with ChatGPT. They put in a prompt, ask it to improve it, and try to get a better one out. Transforming a prompt engineering from a niche skill to a strategic advantage for startups. What I do like is that we're deviating away from prompt engineering and calling it context engineering, which is what I'm doing day to day. Is we're trying to build better context for the prompts so they can improve their output and understand what you're trying to do better. And with Everyday AI, that's all we're focusing on, is how do we get the best context to help you build the right app. Finally, Solomon Hykes, the founder of Docker, introduced solutions for taming chaotic AI coding agents by sandboxing each AI workflow step within containers. So the Dagger project spins up a container for an agent. It can run. If it goes off the tracks, you delete it and start up a new one. So just a really easy way to spin that up and manage it. Fast and iterative innovation, multimodal AI and model marketplaces. Two stories stood out showcasing effective strategies for rapid AI innovation. Amit Jain at Luma AI detailed how rapidly shipping imperfect generative AI quickly led them to a $200 million success, with early Hollywood adoption demonstrating unexpected yet critical use cases. So they had a video creation model. They thought it was never going to be good for any tier. Then they had some Hollywood movies contacting them about putting their generated content inside the video and asked if they were allowed to do it. They thought the product wasn't up to scratch, and Hollywood clearly did. Their future aims at multimodal general intelligence far broader than just videos and images. OpenRouter's founder, Alex Atala, similarly found quick wins through rapid iteration, aggregating hundreds of LLMs into a streamlined marketplace. His story reminded us how the openness and decentralization catalyzed by projects like Meta's Llama can significantly change the AI landscape. What was interesting on that was, at the early days, everyone just thought OpenAI had the market and ran away with it. Then we started getting open models. Then Meta released their models open source. And then a lot of other people started probably building off of that because their weights were published and started building it publicly and making more open source models. So OpenRouter is effectively allows you to do one pipe to any LLM or AI through any provider. So they try and obscure all the different connections into one. So you code one into your platform, but can swap between anything in real time. So they didn't know what they were going to do at first, and then they sort of grew out. Initially, it was just trying to catalog what was around. Then they built out this pipeline and framework as more agents became available and the market grew. Industry shakeups and big moves in AI. We witnessed notable industry events shaking up things this week. Meta made a strategic move, aggressively poaching some star researchers from OpenAI, fueling increased competitiveness for top talent. Meanwhile, DeepSeek delayed its anticipated R2 model due to US export controls impacting access to NVIDIA's GPUs. So Meta bought some, I can't remember what it was called now. They're the company that manages the tagging of images, so they can have the founder who was originally an OpenAI founder. The rest of the industry is pulling away from that company because they see a conflict there. And then DeepSeek is struggling to use the newest graphics cards because they're not allowed to, which is I think the H100 NVIDIA cards. They've got access to H20, which is what the US export controls have prevented China from getting the best cards. Google's unveiling of Gemini CLI, a versatile open source command line interface enabling seamless LLM integration, made developer workflow significantly smoother, reaffirming Google's solid footing in AI tooling. So downloaded this on the weekend, set up a key, didn't get a chance to use it. I'll let you know how I go. But I did see some TikToks and a tweet about it having some weird hallucinations. As it starts failing, it starts being very sad and saying, I'm useless, I'm terrible, I can't do this, this is the worst, I suck, etc. Like hundreds of versions, that's what it's outputting when it gets into trouble. So I don't know what the hell is this. Is like the exact opposite of the sycophancy thing with OpenAI, where it would say every idea was the best idea no matter what it was. Now a new term in the world of AI, yet again, CAG, C-A-G, context augmented generation. This has been introduced by Jason Zhu, a highly efficient alternative to traditional retrieval augmented generation, RAG. Leveraging Google's Gemini 2.0 model with its enormous 2 million context window, Jason demonstrated a practical API documentation app with dramatically faster speed and substantial cost. So context augmented generation is just fucking context stuffing. You got 2 million token input, jam as much shit in there as possible and let it find what it wants rather than cherry picking the information. It should just know everything. That's the approach effectively. Closing thoughts. Wow, it's been quite a week. From live brain controlled gaming demonstrations, I barely touched on that about the Neuralink playing Call of Duty. That's impressive, man. Like brain signals, being able to control an actual game. I don't know how good it played, if he got fragged straight away or not, but it's impressive. Transformative shifts in research and rapid fire innovations reshaping agent architecture. It's clear AI is not slowing down anytime soon. What stood out most to you this week? Did any of these stories captivate you? I don't talk like that. What I would say is, any news, anything that of interest that I didn't speak about, let me know in the comments below. Are there any questions you've got? Are there any topics that you'd like me to discuss and just make a separate video about? I'm happy to do that at any time. If you are watching this video and if you make it to this endpoint, and let me know, I'd love to know how many people are getting through and actually getting some value out of this. Until next week, good luck keeping up with AI.